Hey guys, Nate with Mighty here again. Hey, I did a couple of videos recently on developing custom interactives inside of Rise using the Mighty Interactive HTML block. And after doing those videos and just talking about how to go about building those basic interactives, I got a request around how to actually create a completion event inside of Rise with those custom interactives that we've been building using AI. So I thought I'd throw a quick video together here for you, just talking about how to create a completion event, allowing you basically to gate content, use the continue button, for example, and require the block above to be completed before moving on, and being able to fire that completion event inside of one of these custom interactives. And it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So I thought I would just run through that real quick with you guys here, and it will be kind of a nice first end cap to the basics of building an interactive HTML experience inside of Rise. So let me show you how that's done. All right, guys, here we are. In my last video, I did a walkthrough on how to create custom interactives using Claude as well as Gemini. So we're going to pick up right where we left off with this interactive that we made using Claude, and we're going to focus on the idea of completion events. So you'll see here I added a continue button. So if you don't know what that is, I'm guessing most of you do if you're interested in this video, but I will show you. Inside of the dividers, you have the option to add a continue button. And when you configure that continue button, you can actually set up a completion type. And so, you can always show the button, or you can set it up to complete the block directly above before being able to continue in the course. And that's what we want to do here for this example. So once I have that continue button in, that means this block has to be completed before a learner is going to be able to actually continue. So when I go into this interactive HTML block here, you will see that there is some embedded options here. And I've showed this a little bit, but I haven't talked about all of these options yet. So autocomplete interaction is going to be on by default. What that means is if that's checked, this continue button is going to show like right away. You don't have to do anything. It's just always going to show. So that doesn't really require you to complete this before you can continue. And a matter of fact, let me just show that in a preview real quick, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I go in here, I'm in this course, and I don't have to do anything before I can continue on. I can just click continue, and it'll take me right to the next interactive, which is the one that I built in Gemini in the last video. So that's fine if you don't want them to have to complete it, but what if you do want them to have to complete it? So, oops, just closing out Rise there. Did not mean to do that. Jumping back in here. All right, so what if you do want them to have to complete it? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to actually uncheck the autocomplete interaction right here. And it gives me this JavaScript. So now I have some instructions in order to create a completion event within this interactive that I had AI code. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut and paste this little instruction right here. And we're going to go back over to Claude. And I'm going to actually give this instruction to Claude and see if it can just make this happen for me. So I'm going to say, hey, in my course, I would like users to have to complete this interactive before being able to move on in my Rise course. Can you use this code from Mighty to send a completion when the learner finishes the memory game? Okay, give it the code and let's see what it does. All right, so it's adding it into the code here. It's going to run through and just update everything. and it says it's done. That was pretty fast. Completion trigger details. The code now sends the completion message when the learner successfully matches all 8 pairs. So that is exactly what I want it to do. So now what we have to do is we actually have to test this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download this again. And you're going to notice right here, it's changed the name from the index.html. So we're going to have to fix that. So I'm going to open up this folder that I have here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to get rid of this old version. I would probably normally save this old version in case this doesn't work, but for the sake of this video, let's just start fresh with this new option. All right, so I'm gonna rename this to index because we need to do that. And I'm gonna zip it up by right-clicking and compressing it. And now I have it. So now all we have to do is update this version with the new version that has this little bit of code that's gonna mark it as complete when I'm done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna replace this. I'm gonna go to my desktop and go into that Claude game. And I'm gonna grab this. I didn't rename it or anything. I probably should have, but that's okay for this. All right, it's been replaced just like that. It should be ready to go. So now when I go into preview, what's gonna happen, or what should happen, is I'm not gonna be able to click the continue button until after I get all of the matches, which is gonna force me to do a matching game, which I'm a little nervous about, but let's do it anyway. All right, let's see. Yep, no button to continue. That's a good sign. Let's put in our matches and see what happens. Got one already. That feels good. Incident reporting, I just saw that one. That's 2. Let's go. Hazard communication, I saw that somewhere too. Maybe not. Risk assessment, lucky. Emergency plan, I saw that somewhere. And I saw PPE. What is that? PPE. I'm so bad at this, but we're going to get through it. Safety training, hazard communication, lockout, tagout. I know that one. Emergency action, got it. We're rolling, we're rolling. Safety training, got it. And last one, done. Congratulations. And look at that. My continue button now is available for me to continue. Boom, I can continue on. So really, that's it. I just wanted to kind of show you how to do that. It's really pretty straightforward. Again, if we go out of this preview, I just want to show you real quick in the content edit area, you can have it either autocomplete, which it'll do by default, continue button will always show, or I can use this code and I can just give that code directly to the AI that I'm going to use. And you can see how effectively it did it. Like I only gave it one instruction. I just said, hey, add this when they finish and send this event. Boom, done, worked perfect. So really that's that. Have fun playing with that and you know, being able to start creating some gating and different things like that by using the completion event. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.